And joining on the line, great to be chatting to him. We have got Rene Le Feuvre. G'day, Rene. How are you today, buddy?
Hey, what's going on? Good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Just before we talk about your new single, which we're going to be hearing too, Little Boy, what's been happening with you, mate? How things been going? Because at one stage there, you were with, you were part of The Voice and all that. So what's been going on? I guess COVID kind of put a bit of a dampener on things, but hopefully it hasn't made you sort of down. You've kept the vibe somehow.
Yeah. I mean, the last year or so has been very challenging, not just for musicians, but also for all the venues and I really feel for the whole industry. But for me, I went back up north because I'm from a tiny little town in North Queensland called Guru.
Okay.
So I went back and worked on the farm with my dad and wrote an EP, which I released. And so it's been doing as best as I can during the whole thing.
Was there a point there where Dad was saying, "Forget this music stuff, son. You need to be on the farm"? Did you get that chat?
Oh, Dad, he had me up 6 o'clock every morning on the shovel. He's like, "Hey, are you not passionate about this?" Nah. But my parents are real supportive, which is great.
And I guess you need that at the end of the day. If Mum and Dad, even if they understand that they would like you to have, I guess, a stable job, but they understand the passion and all that. And I just think of my parents when I said to them I wanted to get into the radio, they thought I was crazy. I was giving up this wonderful career as an accountant to go into radio, and there were times, I have to say, Rene, when I thought maybe I got it wrong, but no, I haven't. No, I just because I love music and all that, and chatting to people like yourself. So yeah, if it's in your heart and it's what you want to do, that's it. It's a done deal, really.
Yep, literally, and that's what Dad said to me. He's like, if you'd rather be happy than be a millionaire, Hopefully, I'm both, but
yeah.
They always said, find something that you love doing and then see if you can make money out of it and, make a living out of it. So, yeah, I'm so happy, because not many, there's, some families where, they're not on board with it. So I'm really lucky. It's my family. But yeah.
But I guess it's also lucky to be chatting to you for your music career, because at one point we could be chatting to you about your AFL career.
Yeah, well, that's why I moved to the Gold Coast. I was playing with the Suns, reserve grade side, and got scouted up in North Queensland. They said, move down to the Gold Coast, so I did. And kind of music took over, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, it would have been pretty crazy. Do you know Vance Joy by any chance?
Yes, we know Vance. Yes.
Yeah, you know Vance. Yeah, of course. He actually played similar level to what I was playing. Probably better than me. I think he was nearly VFL, SAFL, which is crazy. So yeah, always looked up to that kind of thing.
Yeah,
because he did the same thing.
So whereabouts did you play when you were playing footy?
I was rover and half forward.
Okay.
So go through on ball. I look like a kid running on the ground. I'm actually pretty short.
Yeah.
I don't even know what my height is, but I look like one of the kids. When the kids run out with their dads? Yeah, that's what I look like. But I was a player.
And what footy team do you follow?
I don't get to watch it too much because I'm always performing and stuff. But I've got to go for the Gold Coast Suns. Just obviously I live here, but yeah, they've had a pretty rough couple of years. But hopefully they do well this year. So we'll see.
Well, they recently beat Collingwood, and we think that's absolutely marvellous. So that's just...
Yeah, I think everyone thinks that's marvellous except for Collingwood supporters.
Yeah, we think it's marvellous. Well, anyway, we could have been talking to you about that, but we're talking to you about your music. So, but just one last question about that. If you got the opportunity to perform at the MCG on Grand Final Day, how long would it take you to say yes?
Oh, probably less than a second, I reckon. It would be a record time, I reckon. I would love that, because then I'd be able to watch the game. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, you could tell your dad's a farmer.
You do that up for me? You reckon you could sort that out for me?
We'll put in a good word for you. We'll certainly do that. Do that.
Perfect, thank you. Yep.
Now, Rene, your video for your song, which is called Little Boy, and that's I see images here of you your hair being grabbed and you're being pushed and pulled, and that is that how you felt at the time when you were writing the song, that life is sort of moving you in all these directions and it's hard to stay in control?
Yeah, the thing is, I wrote this song maybe 2.5 years ago, and it was exactly what you're saying. and that's what I tried to replicate in the video. You know, in the music industry, you know, I was real new in the music industry. I went to Nashville, and I finished writing the song over there. And it's just, you know, you don't know who you can trust. You're getting thrown around, and that was the whole concept behind the song and the whole idea of the music video. So, yeah, I'm glad that that came across.
Well, I noticed that, and then you sort of had water thrown at you, and there was, you know, smoke and stuff in front of you, and it just made me, looking at it, I thought, well, here is someone who's saying that even when you've got these distractions, you've still, it's hard to stay focused, but if you believe in it and it's what you want to do, stay focused, and that find
100%,
a way. Yeah.
100%, and that's the whole message behind it, the whole message behind the song. So, yeah, no, that's it.
Well, speaking of messages and things that you might have learned, when you were doing the voice, what was the best bit of advice that you got from the coaches? And because I know you were coached by Boy George, so what was the best bit of advice that they gave you to help you with your career?
Yeah, Boy George, the best advice he gave me was broaden my knowledge of genres that I listen to.
Yep.
So, you know, I'd listen to all my parents' stuff, like the Eagles, Billy Joel, Queen, you know. Yeah. But I'd never listen to, say, like that real indie kind of stuff, or, you know, I'd never listen to classical music. So I went through a phase where I just listened to classical music, and it definitely helped me. And that's the main thing I got out of him, and the whole experience was just keep learning and broaden my range of things that I listen to, which I thought was really helpful.
That is an absolutely great piece of advice, and then I would concur with that. And that was a piece of advice given to me when I first got into radio. Just, you know, try and listen to anything and everything. So that's why when people come to my house and they listen to the music that I play, it covers everything. In 1 minute, it's going from country to a bit of opera to a bit of heavy rock to prog rock to pop. It covers everything because I've fallen in love with a whole lot of music. So I think that's a great bit of advice from him. So well done. So of these new genres, is there one that you gravitate to that it's become a favourite that you keep going back to?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely listen to a lot of singer-songwriter kind of stuff like that. I really like lyricism. You know, the lyrics, always listen to the lyrics, and I love Passenger and Ben Howard and kind of that singer-songwriter, folky kind of storytelling kind of, music. So that's kind of the stuff I listen to, especially being a guitarist. You know, I really appreciate that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's what I always gravitate back to.
You had a song that was you got a top 40 nomination in the prestigious Vander Young competition, which we promote here. And how did that feel for you?
Oh, honestly, that was awesome because I had the worst week of my life. I was, you know, feeling real down. You know, I'd played a gig, no one was listening, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And I was like, why am I even doing this? You know, and when I got that nomination, it just gave me a little, you know, that motivation to keep going. So when it came, I was kind of like, oh, it was such a relief, and honestly, yeah, I couldn't believe it because it's such a cool writing competition, which is really cool.
It is.
I was absolutely stoked. Yeah.
Did you, with all the other artists that were involved in that, was there any that you learnt from that you're using with your songwriting? Did it change the way you write at all?
From the other nominations, is that what you mean?
Yeah, just sort of when you look at all that, because you're one of the top 40. When you look at all the others, you're checking out their work. Did you sort of learn something from them? Yeah,
I mean, a lot of that stuff is really, really edgy, kind of music, and there was a lot of different genres, and they all had something. The thing about it, they all had something different that you wouldn't hear every day, I guess, or like a different style, real catchy. It was, that's what stood out to me. Every single one of those songs was so unique and different, and I was listening through them. I was like, that's why they picked it, because it had a different element towards it. So I didn't really get inspired by anything in particular, but that's what I
that's cool.
Thought. Yeah.
So you're working on some songs at the moment? Can we expect something new and different from you because you're listening to so many different genres? What's it like for you at the moment when you're sitting down and you're writing and recording? Yeah,
I've actually written some really cool stuff lately that I'm moving towards that more produced kind of trendy pop kind of vibe, but still, you know, good lyrics and good musicianship. I want to mix everything together, but make it more marketable, you know, towards people my age group, I guess. And And so, I've got like 80 synths in there, all this really like cool sounds that I'm going to try, which I'm really excited for. And I've been playing a lot of different tunings on the guitar as well, so I've been writing different tunings, which evidently, is a different style of music. So I'm really excited, actually. Very excited for where it's going.
Yeah, well, I'm sounding excited to wanting to hear it. Do you have a favourite guitarist at all? Someone that you like to model your style on?
Probably Ed Sheeran, hey. I love Ed Sheeran. Yeah. Ed Sheeran's uniqueness, I guess. I use a loop pedal when I perform like he does. And yeah, him and Passenger. I love Passenger, classical guitar work. Yeah,
they're very, very talented, and if you could be considered in the same as them, good luck, and I certainly hope you will be, because they're very good.
Well, hopefully, that's the plan. We'll get there.
So as to the rest of this year, Rene, have you got any gigs or anything happening? What's going to be like for you for the rest of 2021?
Yeah, so I've got actually going on a little tour, Brisbane, Melbourne and Sydney in July, which is really cool. I don't know the venues yet. I haven't released the ticket dates or anything like that, but it'll be in mid-July, which is really exciting. Okay. So hopefully I see you down there.
Yes, well, we'd love to do that, and I dare say we can get more details through Facebook and I guess your website and stuff like that. Yeah, no, for sure. If you just look up Rene Le Feuvre, you can find me. It's the hardest name in the world to spell, but if you look up Rene and then LE, I should pop up. And be all over there, so good. All right. So just before we get to hear your current single, is there another single that's not too far away that we'll get to hear as well? Yeah, it'll be Euphoria. So I'll have to send it through to you once I get it mastered and see what you reckon. But I reckon it's the one. It's the one, Clayton. It's the one. Okay, well, Euphoria. The one. So I've just written that down here. Big call. And I'm just date stamping that so that we can. Hold you to it if it doesn't work out. So, yes, exactly. Nah, I say that about every release too. Yeah. I'm like, this is the one. As you never should. Is, but as you maybe should. One day it will be. As you should, my friend. As you should. Well, Rene, it is great chatting to you. I've really enjoyed it, and hopefully we can get you down to our Flow Studios and into them, because I think you'd be fun to have recorded in our Flow Studios. We've got a little room called the Banana Room. And I think you'd go well in there. But anyway, we'll leave that for another day. But thank you so much for spending time with us today on Flow. We've really enjoyed it. We've got your current single here ready to go. If you could please introduce it for all the Flow listeners. Sounds great. Hey, everyone, you're listening to Flow, and this is my next track. It's called Little Boy. And I hope you enjoy it. Easy come through the rain. Stop and go. Now turn it back the other way. Here it comes again. Steady on down the line. Now where shall I begin? Don't let it slip your hands this time. So little boy, why you always looking down? Dry your eyes and come with me. I can take you here, I can surely take you there. I'll show you the man you're gonna be. No. Wipe your eyes and sign on the dotted line, and I'll leave you feeling gone, cause you know the future's drawn by your own pen. Trust me, watch and learn. Your freedom you'll have to earn. When they're screaming in the crowd and you're all they talk about, and I hear those words you preach. So little boy, why you always looking down? Dry your eyes and come with me. I can take you here, I can surely take you there. I'll show you the man you're gonna be. No. So little boy, why you always looking down? Dry your eyes and come with me. I can take you here, I can surely take you there. I'll show you the man you're gonna be. So watch them come now, watch them go. Look them in the eyes and you will know. Yeah, you will know. So little boy, why you always looking down? Dry your eyes and come with me. I can take you here, I can surely take you there.
I'll show you the man you're gonna be. So little boy, why you always looking down? Dry your eyes and come with me. I can take you here, I can surely take you there. I'll show you